Hello, my friends. It's your boy. It's Nick. It's the ASMR nerd. And I'm here today with a relaxing reaction. It's hard to say, relaxing reaction to the Xbox Games Showcase 2025. This is a tradition on the channel. It's something I've done for the past few years, ever since E3, the old Electronics Entertainment Expo, kind of stopped being a thing. That was, of course, the time during the summer where we would get all the video game announcements, all the reveals, the trailers, the deep dive gameplay stuff for the games that we're looking forward to in the next year and beyond. Now, of course, that's fractured into kind of publisher specific conferences, but we still get a good period in the month of June where we get all these new game announcements, all these reveals, all that fun stuff. And today, like I said, I'm reacting to the Xbox Game Showcase. Why Xbox? Why not PlayStation State of Play or Summer Games Fest or PC Gaming Show or whatever? It's pretty simple. One is that I primarily play on PC, and so all of Xbox's games come to PC, so it's very relevant to me. And two is that under the Xbox umbrella are a handful of publishers that I really care about, like Bethesda being chief among them, for example. And so it tends to be the press conference that I get most hype about during this Summer Games season. So, but never fear, in a few weeks' time, we'll be doing a video where I talk about my top 10 most hype games that were announced during the Summer Games season that I am most looking forward to. And that will take into account all of the games announced during this season. But right here, right now, I'm going to be reacting to the Xbox Games Showcase. Now, point of housekeeping, I do apologize if there's a little more ambient noise than usual in this video. I'm recording this in the middle of the afternoon rather than nighttime, which is when I usually record. So you might hear some chirping birds. You might hear sirens, airplanes, screaming neighbor children, whatever. I will do my best to try and edit it down to a minimum. But if there is a bit more background noise, I beg your understanding. And I'm doing that. I'm recording now, because I wanted to get this reaction to you in a timely fashion. It's just after the Xbox Game Showcase live streamed, so I didn't want to get spoiled on anything. I wanted to give you a fresh, unspoiled, genuine reaction to this show. And I also wanted to get this video to you as soon as possible because right now I'm kind of in between travels. I was away for about 3 weeks back in May, and I will be heading out again for work this time later in June and into July. So this might be the only video I get out for you for a little while. It's kind of rough over here right now. Very busy. But I really wanted to get this to you in between all the traveling that I've been doing. Speaking of all the traveling that I've been doing, I have to say, while I was away back in the month of May, a little bit of the channel came with me on those travels. Do you want to know what it is? Yeah, it was these sweet clothes, elevated everyday apparel from this video's sponsor, Into the AM. That's right. Into the AM makes all kinds of amazing, stylish, comfortable, easy to care for clothing that you can enjoy all year round. Right now, summer's coming, weather's getting warmer. I was off on a vacation in a warm place. I was packing all kinds of Into the AM t-shirts, button-up shirts, shorts, underwear, you name it, I took it. They are fantastic for travel. They're also excellent gifts for a special male figure in your life, perhaps a father. Father's Day is coming up very soon. And if you are looking for a last minute gift, you're like, oh my gosh, what would my dad, granddad, godfather, whatever in your life be looking for? Check out Into the AM. They have all kinds of super comfortable, super easy to care for, super stylish looking clothing for your father or father figure in your life. And if you use the link down below at the top of the video description, you will get 10% off your entire order. That includes, like I said, those button-ups. That includes the classic tees. That includes the graphic tees, like this one right here. This is an oldie, but a goodie. It's one of my favorites from, I don't know, I've had this for years now. Still looks fantastic. Still fits fantastic. Into the AM graphic tees. Nicely fitted, a little bit stretchy, soft fabric, pre-shrunk. You throw them in the wash, throw them in the dryer. Super easy to care for, and they look amazing. I think this was called their Blooming Heart design, but they have all kinds of graphic tees, beautiful new designs coming in all the time. So make sure you go check out that link down below at the top of the video description to save 10% of your entire order for your father, for yourself, for your upcoming summer travels, whatever it might be. But an excellent choice for last minute Father's Day gifts for sure. Check it out at that link below. Big thanks to Into the AM for sponsoring today's video and for keeping me comfortable while I was traveling last month. Seriously though, I took a bunch of their stuff. It's fantastic. Hot weather clothing, fantastic travel clothing as well. So before we dive into this reaction here, and this is, I believe, just a VOD of the live stream. Normally Xbox posts like a video on their account with like the whole live stream, but this is actually on the Game Awards channel. I believe it's just the VOD from the Xbox Games live stream. And looks like it's, let's see, about 2.5 hours long. But the first half hour was just a countdown. And then I think if it's anything like years past, the last hour or so, 45 minutes maybe, will be like a deep dive on a particular game or a few particular games. So I'm just going to react to the part where it's all the fun announcements and trailers and stuff. And I expect that's going to be about an hour to an hour and a half here, based on what I'm looking at, maybe an hour and a half, which I think that aligns with previous years. I've got my coffee, my cute little bear mug here, which it's good coffee, but it's warm, which is maybe a mistake because it's warm in this room. It's quite hot out here today, but maybe I should have done an iced coffee. Would have been smarter. And last thing before we hit the go button here is I'm going to make a couple of informal predictions, or a few informal predictions. I'm going to predict, and this is just for fun, just so we can look back at the end of the stream and be like, was I correct about any of this? I don't know. As I said, I'm going in pretty much entirely unspoiled. I've stayed off of social media this morning so as to avoid any spoilers. But I think this is going to be a pretty low-key kind of Xbox Game Showcase year. I feel like a lot of the big studios are spoken for in terms of what they're working on, or they just released games. I do not expect to see anything from Bethesda. They are no doubt hard at work on Elder Scrolls 6. And I do not think we will see anything of that for at least another couple of years. id, of course, just released Doom, The Dark Ages, which I have yet to play because I was out of the country when it released. Gosh, what else might we see? We will certainly see something of The Outer Worlds 2. We will certainly see something of the new Fable game, without a doubt. We probably won't. We'll probably see some Gears of War. I think we will definitely see some Gears of War E-Day. I doubt we'll see anything Halo related. I feel like that's not where Halo Studios, formerly 343, is at right now. We could see a new Forza Horizon announcement. I feel like we're reaching that point. It feels maybe slightly early, but I could see it. That being said, Playground Games has been busy with the Fable reboot, soft reboot, whatever it is. So maybe not. I don't know. What else might we see? I mean, there's of course all kinds of other studios, smaller studios, indie stuff, third-party stuff that we might see announced here today. But off the top of my head, those are the big ones that come to mind. So, am I correct in my guesses? We will find out. Maybe you already know. Okay, let's get this started. Xbox Game Showcase 2025. Let's go. Good old rating pending to mature. Could be rated anything. So what are they going to open with? What is going to be the opening trailer here? Xbox Game Studios presents Outer Worlds 2? Yes. Pretty darn sure. So this is Obsidian's sci-fi thing.
We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources.
Or is it?
But this pesky Earth Directorate agent is
Or is this
they're not alone in doing so.
yeah, no, I don't think it is.
Think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us
They revealed,
from the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need.
or maybe it is. I don't know.
What if this stranger aligned with the Order and that
Lots of
of theirs? That could be the key to closing the
exposition going on in this narration, which I'm not really paying much attention to.
face of existence. Or better yet,
There was this Bioshocky looking kind of thing that was announced last year.
capitalism.
Okay, this is Outer Worlds 2.
Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory.
This looks cool. I never played the first one, I have to admit. I do have it. I think I got it for free on the Epic Game Store at some point, but it's just not one that I ever got around to. This looks quite much like a very much a bigger, better, more kind of sequel, right? A little shrink ray. This is good. The tone of the game and the trailers we've seen so far definitely leans a bit into humor, which can be hard to do in video games, but I think what they've showed so far looks pretty good. Okay, October 29th, we have a release date.
An adventure made for capitalism by capitalism. Inflate our impressions and egos by staying tuned after the
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so there's going to be a deep dive after the showcase. So, alright, so they're leading with Outer Worlds 2, and I think that's a release date announcement. I don't think we had seen that yet. I'm interested. You have my attention, Obsidian. Okay, what's this? A world premiere.
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, fix everything. Human's a problem.
Okay, we got more sci-fi aliens. We got grinding on a skateboard in sci-fi land. Hold on a second. Is this a High on Life sequel? Because it's got the wacky alien guns. I never played High on Life either. That was the Justin Roiland thing. Which by all accounts was actually pretty decent. From what I heard. So I guess it's not super surprising it might be getting a sequel. It feels to me like that game just came out, but I guess not. This is wild though. I mean, just the color, these crazy alien guns. So weird what's going on here.
Yeah, humans are barely smart. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
So this is like a drug trip. Yep. High on Life 2. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Coming this winter. I don't know if it's something I'm super excited about, but happy for the people that enjoyed that first game. It's on Game Pass. That's the other thing. All this stuff's on Game Pass, so low barrier to entry. New world premiere. Alright, looks like some fantasy BS that I could get into. Oh, is this some Diablo, maybe? No. Maybe? I feel like we're due for a new Diablo expansion, right? Diablo 4, I mean. No, I don't know what this is. Looks cool, though. What's this glowing cable? Okay, we've got some kind of gladiatorial combat going on. I like this kind of fantasy stuff, whatever this is. I like these kinds of aesthetics, this kind of setting. You what? It's like a minotaur. Resonance. A Plague Tale Legacy. Interesting. Okay, so it's like a crazy prequel to the Plague Tale series. That looks cool. I didn't notice any rats, but it looks cool. Okay. Man, these trailers just come so fast. I didn't see, did they call this a world premiere or not? Is this the Xbox handheld? An Xbox handheld has been rumored. We know they're working on it, but I think this is totally the Xbox handheld. Now here's the question. Is it an Xbox branded PC handheld? Or does it play Xbox? Oh, this is a collab between Xbox and Asus. An ROG handheld. Your games, seamless play, download natively, stream from the cloud. Interesting. Hold to swap apps. I'm trying to figure out what this is exactly. Freedom Windows Power of Xbox. Okay, so it is a Windows handheld. But Xbox branded, Xbox inspired controls with impulse triggers. Man, we're getting a lot of Hollow Knight in here. Driven by Ryzen, yeah. This is an Xbox. This is a ROG Xbox Ally X. Huh. So it looks an awful lot like the ROG Ally X, just with some Xbox flavor.
We've led the industry with backward compatibility.
I'll have to find out more about that one. Sarah Bond here telling us about how awesome Xbox is.
Console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device.
Does this mean we're going to get
The
Game
Xbox
Pass
Ally
on
is an Xbox you can
Steam
hold
Deck
in
as
your
well,
hand,
potentially?
bringing together
'Cause that
the
would be
power
awesome.
of Xbox and the freedom of Windows. On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect.
Interesting.
And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silk Song will be available at launch and in Game Pass.
Because Steam Deck, of course, is not.
In fact,
Okay,
every new game
so
you see
Silk
in today's
Song
show will be playable on the Xbox Ally.
release later this year.
We have always wanted you to have the unique experience of Xbox on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with
This is a
you.
streaming
You'll vibe with
thing.
progression, friends, and achievements. There are over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today. And every new game you see in today's show, from our partners and our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere. And because it's Xbox,
I'm trying to figure
you
out how
will
that's
always have
different
access to Game Pass,
than what?
with a diverse lineup of games from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits. This is the freedom
Indie
we
hits, and
believe
they
players
showed
should
Indiana
have.
Jones.
Any game,
I see
anywhere.
what you did
and
there.
we are giving it our all every day to make this vision real. But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe
Okay.
in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolves Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore.
Okay,
Thank you.
I think
and enjoy
this-
the rest of the show.
thank you, Sarah Bond. I'm just trying to parse out exactly what they've announced here, like ROG Ally, Xbox X or whatever, clearly a Windows gaming handheld, but it'll play a bunch of Xbox stuff, cross progression, cross play, but they already kind of do that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to read up on that. So this Dawn Walkers,
Monsters have always been here, watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest,
vampire RPG by the looks of it.
they came out into the
I
light.
think this was already announced.
We feared for our lives, but we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us.
Whoa,
No,
that's not a
they came
vampire.
to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them.
Some very good Slavic folk going on in the background here. Very witchery, very witchery.
There was
Some very gothic cathedrals. Okay, so we play a vampire slayer who is a,
Walker.
I guess a vampire, but not quite a vampire. Vampire
Between the two worlds,
who can be out during the day.
fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand.
This seems very witchery to me.
It all. He is out there watching,
Playing like this weird outcast monster hunter.
growing.
Hard to say what the combat's going to be like exactly. It's clearly third person. Saw some parries in there. The Blood of Dawn Walker. Slightly awkward title. They probably could have just called it Dawn Walker. But anyway, I don't know. That looks cool. I dig the atmosphere. I dig the setting and the. It's gonna live or die based on how good the combat is and how interesting the storytelling and quests are, right? World premiere. Okay. Okay. Some very cute butterflies. A very cute spider. Wait, what? I saw the pipe and I immediately thought Mario, but no, Super Meat Boy. Okay. Okay, a Super Meat Boy 3D platformer. Alright, sure. Gosh, what was the last Super Meat Boy game we got, y'all? I don't. I feel like Super Meat Boy has kind of been on hiatus for a while. I played quite a bit of the first one, but I don't know anything beyond that. Super Meat Boy, of course, notorious for, oh my god, it's like massively multiplayer. Or maybe you can just... They're showing shots here with like 20 Meat Boys. Notorious for being like extremely punishing, but very precise platformer. Where you have to, you know, you're basically just trying again and again and again, like in rapid succession until you hit it. The barrier to respawning is very low in those games. They can be fun. Koei Tecmo.
Watch your back, Yakumo.
Team Ninja, okay.
You're a wanted criminal man.
Platinum Games. Right. Right. Clearly character action. Extremely bloody.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
I feel like we know what these guys are working on. I feel like it was announced, but I'm not quite sure what this is. It's probably...
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
I'm sure some of you know what this is and recognize it, but this is not a series I've ever played, but I'm pretty sure it's an entry in a storied series. I could be wrong, but is this like a new Ninja Gaiden or something? I don't know. Again, never played them. Some cool boss designs going on here. Some very intense combat. Some very, there you go. Yeah, okay, Ninja Gaiden 4. Alright. I thought in the back of my mind, I knew that Platinum Games was working on a new Ninja Gaiden, but I've never played any of those games, so it doesn't really mean much to me. But that combat looked fun. That looked smooth. Okay, Bethesda block. What are we gonna get from Bethesda? Okay, indie DLC, perhaps. I meant to mention this at the beginning, but that had crossed my mind that we might get some Indiana Jones DLC. Either that or they're just advertising the game that's out now.
Good luck, Indy.
I need to get back to this. I really need to play more. I'm still in the Vatican. A new adventure begins.
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch.
Okay. Man, freaking Troy Baker does such a good job as Indy.
Bring it back to the Holy See.
Okay, so it looks like
Defend the secret.
we're going back to Rome.
They worshipped the giants.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the Order of Giants. Okay. Alright, sure. September 4th. Well, I've got my work cut out for me if I want to try and finish that game before that DLC drops. But yes, that was on my bingo card. I just forgot to mention it at the beginning. Also something from Blizzard. I suspect we'll see. What if we see a StarCraft 2 thing, guys? What if we, or not StarCraft 2, but a StarCraft thing? That would be wild. Okay, world premiere. Great creature appeared in this land. It's very literal. Nature. Oh, the beast spewed forth blight, corrupting all living things. Interesting. Excuse me, Game Freak? Excuse me? Game Freak? What? Game Freak isn't allowed out of the Pokemon mines. This is like Princess Mononoke meets Horizon. I don't know. What is happening here? Game Freak? That Game Freak? Years 4026, humanity awaits its inevitable extinction. This is way too pretty to be something from Game Freak. Game Freak doesn't make pretty games. Okay, if this is like actually a Game Freak passion project, Beast of Reincarnation. I am. You're the blade that will destroy the Beast of Reincarnation. Huh. Coming next year. Game Freak. Game Freak on Xbox for starters. Game Freak not doing Pokemon for 2. Game Freak with a really pretty cinematic looking third-person action game.
The glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine.
Okay,
They
this
sweep their filth down to us.
is that other game that I was thinking of back at the beginning, where at first I was like, wait, is this Outer Wilds 2 or Outer Worlds 2, pardon me? Because there's a little bit of aesthetic similarity between these. Obviously, one's sci-fi, this is like steampunk. That's right, In Exile's doing this one.
Life here ain't for the soft-hearted. You will be paid.
But yes, they did announce this last year. Wow, F-bombs, bro.
It ain't for the spineless.
The pissed off doll. Okay. The knob.
Lord Griswick.
These are some very fun designs.
That part. Do you know anyone who
Some very good steampunk mustache.
We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down.
This guy's drip is phenomenal.
Trust your instincts, sir. Tall, yes, sir.
Built rather slim, well muscular. Mm-hmm. Was very quick.
Okay, so this is character creation here.
Mustache. No, larger.
Some excellent facial hair.
That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part. Your brandy, sir. Getting away with it is the real trick.
Alright, this game has some swagger for sure.
Candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I've a customer. How can I...
Okay, so this game has clearly got some stealth, clearly got some dialogue, got stats, got the facial hair, and this game is next level.
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Oh, poor dude.
Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own
Gross.
eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Brutal.
Around here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets.
So this kind of has like a steampunk Victorian look to it, for sure.
I'll hurt you, you fucking meat sack. I'll leave you with a pissing bad.
Man, this freaking doll.
You'd either got a gang at your back or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own. Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
Alright, power struggle. We've got some automaton rights stuff going on.
That's why it pays to be clever.
A little framey looking there. Got some, okay, gun customization. Looks pretty intense, actually. Wow, okay.
Let's go and end a few arguments.
We've customized guns in many games, but Never quite such awesome looking steampunk weaponry.
Don't get cocky.
Okay, so it's first person. It's a shooter primarily, looks like.
And if they can rewrite history.
Right, and then there's this whole time.
But look who just found Mummy's keys.
Okay, so you get to play with time.
Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl.
We got bullet time.
And make it like it never happened.
Can reverse so that you don't die.
We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past.
So it looks like maybe you're picking between different factions, and that will change
And let me tell you,
the world.
the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
Change the past. I feel like games that do like time manipulation, it's always very limited because like once you get outside of a very narrow set of things, it gets like uncontrollable. Like you can't figure out, like, I don't know, paradoxes abound. Right, Clockwork Revolution. Right, that's what this is. Okay, so that was revealed last year, I believe. But that's a much longer look at it. That's cool. I'm interested in that.
Are dedicated
Matt
to bringing players
Booty.
award-winning, record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom: The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4,
There you go, Diablo mentioned.
Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our
Guess we could
teams
get
across
an Avowed
Xbox first
DLC
party are shipping
announcement.
their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, and every new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On behalf of our creative teams,
I do appreciate Xbox's commitment to day one Game Pass for all their big first party releases.
more and more of our characters,
pretty unbeatable
stories, and
value.
worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout
I still
TV
haven't seen the
series
Minecraft
broke
movie.
records
Fallout
and brought
TV series, though,
millions of
extremely good.
players into the game. We have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before. When it comes to growing new franchises, Obsidian is having a
Wonder
year
what we
like
will
no
see
other.
in terms of
From
Xbox
launching a blockbuster new game
film
like
projects.
Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this
Yeah,
October.
Obsidian's been
Obsidian is always delivering great
been
games.
pushing pretty
They
hard.
have a third game launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our direct, but until then, let's take a look.
Okay, so we're gonna see more Outer Worlds 2 here, I guess. Oh wait, no, this is something else? A third game that's not Avowed or Outer Worlds 2? Wow, they are firing on all cylinders if they have a third game coming out. I'm trying to think what else it could be. I guess it's fun. Oh, I bet you I know what this is. Well, I don't know, we'll see. Is this a grounded thing?
News. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary
This is a grounded
of when
thing.
4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
This is absolutely a grounded thing.
Survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company
Formerly evil company.
was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers
So I also have not played Grounded, but I think that game is quietly big. I think it did quite well for Obsidian. And so I guess it doesn't surprise me too much that we're getting another one of these. Get shrunk. Also, we've got this like just some offspring just for fun. So again, having not played a Grounded, it's hard for me to say how this looks different or better, because this just looks like Grounded to me, but I'm sure that Grounded fans are seeing all kinds of interesting stuff right now. There you go, Grounded 2. Okay, wow, that's soon. July 29th. At a game preview. Okay, so it's not a release right off the bat. Alright. It's gonna be a early access situation.
The predecessor, ND3500, reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log. Attempting data salvage.
Don't know what this is. Bloober. Oh. This is their next thing. What the heck was the one they did last? That roguelike thing. I think this is sort of a spiritual successor to that, maybe. They announced it. I forget what this is called. Spooky looking. Returnal. That was the last one they did. This actually doesn't look much of anything like Returnal, though. This looks more like survival horror. Gross. Kronos, the New Dawn. Okay. Alright. Okay, gross. Definitely got some gross zombie monsters going on. Kronos, the New Dawn. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I didn't play Returnal, and I'm not sure if this is, like I said, kind of a spiritual successor, or if it's its own thing entirely, or if they're like loosely tied together. Okay, Bethesda back with something. Is this gonna be some Doom stuff? No, this is ESO. Yeah, this is definitely ESO. Which continues to be, aw, kitty. I think quite successful. I've said it before, but it's a game that I played many years ago, back at launch for a while, and then sort of fell off of and returned to with the Morrowind expansion, and then haven't really checked back in on for quite a while. I know there's an absolute buttload of content there, and it's so intimidating that I doubt I'll ever get back into it. There's just so much there, but it's an MMO, but that's not really what I come to Elder Scrolls for. It never has been. 26 million, that's a lot of players, that's up there with other big MMOs right now. I have to admit though, this kind of marketing, like this is a well-produced trailer and whatever, but it's appealing to things that I don't really care about with an Elder Scrolls game. So, it's not sort of leaning into the social experiences aspect of it is not enticing to me. But that's fair. I know I'm clearly not the target audience. And that's fine. I'm glad that game continues to do well for them. Okay, something fresh. World premiere. What we got? Space, sci-fi, spaceships.
Mayday! All one to mission control, we're falling! ship's breaking apart. There's no time. Evacuate now. Thomas, come in.
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world to save mankind. And I'll always love you for that.
Don't Nod. Okay. Man, Don't Nod has been super prolific. And this looks like something totally different. I feel like they've had a lot of interesting, like, experimental stuff. Like, didn't they do Jusant a while back? I wonder if some of the climbing tech in here is based off Jusant. But, you know, of course, they continue to do their I'm blanking, you know, the, what the fuck, you know what I'm talking about, their series they do, the girls, the heck, the name is escaping me right now, but you know what I mean, it'll come to me.
Thomas, wherever you are.
Aphelion. Okay, yeah, this is something totally different. Looks like a sci-fi adventure. Story-driven, perhaps. Could be interesting. Life is strange. That's what I was trying to say. A game in collaboration with the ESA. Interesting. Huh. I mean, that could just be a gimmick, you know, like, this doesn't look too close to reality, but anyway, I don't know if that has my interest. World premiere, alright. Something else new.
Welcome to England, Mr. David. I know this must be a shock, having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations, much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the grand.
Okay, this is different. We got some ska. Maybe it's a little more reggae than ska. I thought I heard horns there, but
well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovation.
this looks deeply British, I guess. Renovating a hotel.
So my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village.
Okay, so you gotta beautify a village. You got a fun gun that helps you clean up.
They don't suspect a thing.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to. Because if they find out, they will wicker man your ass.
What is this game?
Things are gonna start looking bad. Don't make the same mistake your father made.
Okay, so it's like some weird interdimensional talking kitties. This is a musical? This is wild, whatever's going on here. With like Lovecraftian horrors, perhaps, from beyond space and time. But you're also trying to restore a village and a hotel. And there's a Cheshire Cat. There are no ghosts at the Grand. Okay, definitely some ska going on here. Okay, I don't know what this is. That's all over the place. But I'm very interested because that just seems so different than anything I've seen recently or maybe ever. At least in terms of setup. Gameplay, hard to say, but that looks cool. Oh, Age of Mythology. I'm assuming. Nope. Oh, yes. Yes, okay. I think. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is an Age of Mythology expansion. Okay, 100%. They put out an all-new Japanese Pantheon. Okay, rad. Yeah, they put out their Chinese Pantheon. This is so cool. I love that they revived Age of Mythology. This is, of course, Age of Mythology Retold that is now getting all this new DLC. I loved Age of Mythology back in the day. I have yet to play any of the Chinese DLC, but I do have it. They're doing wild stuff though with these campaigns. I just think it's really cool that Microsoft is breathing new life into these old series, Age of Empires games, Age of Mythology. I love it. Obviously, they're playing to the nostalgia, that myself and others have, but that's okay. They're doing a good job of it. Okay, what is this?
당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때
Set in South Korea.
온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까?
Looks like some kind of
당신의 입장은
covert ops, or I don't know. Maybe not.
그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
Like dystopian fantasy. It looks like it's set in near future though. Or maybe alternate history? Okay, yeah, it's kind of covert opsy. Dude up in like full military stuff, lady in like cheerleader outfit. Okay. I'm sure it plays into the story, but you know. That's some kind of third person action shooter. Okay, we've got some like mind-altering zombie drugs. Yeah, this is near future you're looking. Modang, 2 Hearts. Okay, coming next year. I'm somewhat intrigued. I mean, that's different. We don't often get sort of near future South Korean military spec ops games, I guess. Okay, something new from Thunderful. What did Thunderful do most recently? I recognize the name, but it came for our home. Some kind of side-scrolly thing. Aliens. So okay, so I think they're covering the events of the previous game they put out, I guess. That's a very cute cat thing. It's very pretty, very distinctive art style. So what is this game? I feel like I remember seeing trailers for this. I've not played it. I mean, trailers for the previous one. Oh, kitty. They steal kitty? like I said, I don't know anything about this game or story, but Planet of Lana 2. Okay, yes. Children of the Leaf. I think that one was pretty well received, the original. Maybe it's something I gotta check out. Y'all, there are too many games, not enough time. Lots of neat looking stuff. Another Bethesda thing. Okay, we got some Fallout. Oh, this will be something 76. Definitely some Fallout 76 stuff.
Well, hello there. Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity. Yes, you'll find fish of all flavors and
I guess they're adding fish.
waterway. From its mightiest
This is another one of those games that launched really rough, had a very difficult early life, but I think is quietly huge these days.
reel in the rewards.
And it's just a live service thing. They keep updating, and
Jed? Worms. And how are they biting today?
See for yourself.
I guess it just keeps printing money for them.
Starts with finding the right tools for the job.
Yeah, another game that I played at launch, and I've returned to a couple of times. But I tell you, these live service games, they demand so much of your time to really invest in them that I don't have time for more than one or two in my life at a time, you know? I would like to go back to 76. I'd like to go back to ESO, but it's just not practical, you know, for me. But, oh well. I can, okay, you can build a fisherman's shack.
All the bits and bobs you collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart like a neighborhood.
Man, some of those textures are looking grimy.
Community makes a wasteland a waste home. Join today, and tomorrow you'll be kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Gone. Fission. Terrible. Terrible. Alright. World premiere. What do we got? What we got? Something anime styled. Solo leveling Arise Overdrive. I have to say, I love it when Japanese games just throw together what seem like a random collection of words. I guess there is something else going on here. Solo leveling. So is this like an isekai type thing where it's like you're supposed to have gone into an MMO or something? Awaken to survive. Some very flashy third-person action combat. For sure. Arise. Solo leveling Arise Overdrive. Is this part of a series? Is there already something called solo leveling? Maybe it's an anime I don't know about. Maybe this is a game based on an anime. I have no idea. Someone tell me. Help me out down in the comments. Lots of world premieres here, though, I will say. Okay. Okay, this looks very cute right off the bat. Oh my god, those are so cute. What the frick? What is happening? Very cute sheep. Outrageously cute otters. This looks like a monster collection game with very cute monsters. Oh yeah. Okay. Is this was announced already, wasn't it? Is that a Cubone I just saw? I feel like this. Oh no, wait, it said world premiere, so I guess. Or did it? I don't remember now. There's a lot going on here. But you know, I'm kind of into it. Like, it looks super cute. It's super bright and colorful. Oh my god, does that otter have a knife? Oh, I thought it was a knife for a second. Thought I was about to shank someone. But it looks like the combat is not turn-based. It looks like real-time, maybe? Or like, sort of a hybrid. It's definitely got moves. Animo. Okay, no, this is... Yeah, I don't think we've seen... Huh. There was lots of overworld kind of discovery, exploration, puzzly stuff there. Frickin' Tony Hawk is looking so old. Oh my god.
3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life. But more than that, I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating.
Oh man, Tony Hawk's looking old.
And that means everything to me and the team. I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters.
I should probably pick up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 because I have great memories of those games. I have no memories of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. I barely played them. But, okay, now we're at the Activision block, so I guess we get to see THPS 3 and 4 reboot here, a remake. Yeah, 1 and 2 are my jam. Played a lot of those. At my friend's place, mostly. I know they're quite well received. The remakes, I mean. Remake, whatever. Remakes, both together. I'm sure they'll do a great job of this as well. And of course the soundtracks were such a key part of those games. They're clearly showcasing that stuff. Can skate as the turtles. I assume you could in the originals as well. Gigantic Tony Hawk on a pinball table. Okay, Doom guy. Alright. Sure, why not? I've always wanted to do a kickflip as the Doom guy. Why not? Okay, we've got a world premiere. Okay, what's this? This is different looking. I like this art style right off the bat. This is cool. It's striking. From the creators of Spiritfarer. Oh yes, they've been working on an action RPG. Oh, muffins, you haven't grown an inch. Yo, this looks cool. And the music sounds beautiful. Okay, maybe it's a Metroidvania. Maybe that's what they're doing. I thought it was an action RPG, but I guess it could be both. It looks very pretty. Clearly something about familial relations here. Cool. Manifest badass sword. Look at this animation. This is gorgeous. Whoa, did she just use like cards in real-time combat? Okay, it looks like there's a card-based combat, but it's like pauses the real time to play cards. Yo, this looks cool. Dang. At Fate's End. Huh. Really striking artwork, really beautiful music, and the combat looks interesting. I'll have to see more of it to get a better sense of what it is, but it looks like an interesting mashup of maybe like a card game with real-time Metroidvania type combat, like platformer. Okay, here's the Gears of War. Okay, I guess we're getting a remake. Has that not already happened? I feel like that's already happened, but maybe not. The changed gaming forever. Now you get Marcus Phoenix in 4K. Okay. I have to say, I'm not. Okay, cross-platform, Gears of War stuff. I'm not a huge Gears of War guy. I played co-op, I think, through a good chunk of Gears of War 2, as I recall, with a friend of mine. But I have no idea what's... Okay, reloaded visuals, 60 FPS. So yeah, I guess it's getting a remaster with cross-platform. I'm kind of surprised this hasn't happened yet, truth be told. Everything's getting remade these days, so of course Gears of War would be too. Like I said, the only surprising thing here is that this hasn't happened already. Gears of War Reloaded. Right. Sure. It's a little on the nose, but okay. I'm sure they will remaster all those games. Why not? Alright. Something else fresh. Alright. Looks like we're in Japan, maybe. Got classrooms. Definitely like anime vibes. Lots of TVs. Is this Persona of some kind? Okay. Persona 4 Revival? I don't know. I know nothing about Persona. Not my jam. I'm sure that excites somebody. I could have sworn they already remade Persona 4. I keep thinking like all of these. I'm like, wait, did they already put out a remake of that? Maybe I just assume. Oh, this is Sea of Thieves.
But you won't see us.
I assume that everything has been remade. You know, I played a little bit of Sea of Thieves on stream, like, I don't know, maybe half a year ago. 40 years of Rare, really? Gosh, what was Rare's first game? Anyway, point being, I actually quite enjoyed the little bit of Sea of Thieves I played. I might play it on stream again.
Can you handle that?
It's pretty fun.
Getting your hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the boom, the better.
Explosive new loot.
Smugglers need to be adaptable. It's more than moving under moonlight and shadows.
So this is being a smuggler. Embark on new smuggling voyages.
Stealing, of course, is always an option.
Yeah, the game's very slick. I'm not interested in the multiplayer aspect of it, but
You are pirates after all.
the setting's cool. Being a pirate's fun.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League.
Yeah, as I recall, there's like different factions and mission types, basically, right? That you can kind of follow these tracks. So I guess this is a new mission type track you can follow. Smuggler's Tide, sure. Again, that game, a big live service game. I don't have the time to invest in it really, but I think it continues to do fairly well for itself. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. I just skipped ahead for some reason. Okay, that was weird. Okay, I don't know what happened there for some reason. This stream just skipped right ahead, so I'm just trying to find where I was so we can keep going here. We just finished the Sea of Thieves thing. And then it was jumping into something else here. Yeah, I have no idea why I just skipped way far ahead. Okay. Let's see. World premiere. World effing premiere. Okay. All right.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Okay. What is this? Wow, okay. What is this? I don't even know. Is this based on that show that everyone seemed to love from a few years back? Invincible, maybe? Or something? But definitely superhero stuff. It's pretty intense, whatever it is.
Understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
I'd like to propose a third option.
This is pretty stylish, whatever it is.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good.
Yeah, okay, Invincible, there you go. Yeah, I never watched the show. I know nothing about it, but people seem to enjoy it. Okay, this is a fighting game. Like, I extremely don't care about fighting games, but... or nor do I care about Invincible, but this looks really stylish. 3v3 tag fighting. Sure. Is there, I mean, I know there is, you know, a big fighting game community out there. Is there enough interest in this property to support a fighting game? I guess. I don't know. I feel like it's, well, I don't know. I know very little about the fighting game community, but I feel like it's really hard to break into sort of the mainstream FGC in a way that, you know, makes these games viable long term. Okay, this is, I guess, the third and final. No, maybe this is the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to Xbox, perhaps. Remake Intergrade. That's already out, right? Yes. I'm gonna say yes. Not sure what this is. Oh, is this Final Fantasy 16, I guess? That seems likely. Some big summons. I guess this stuff wasn't out Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. I guess this wasn't out on Xbox yet. Available today. All right. I'm sure someone's very excited about that. I need to find out more about exactly what this Xbox Play Anywhere entails and how it's different from what they're already doing, because they seem to be really pushing it. Okay, another world premiere. Man, we are... Are we seriously only... Wait, what? I'm confused. I feel like this is now showing is shorter than when I first started this video. So I don't know what's happening. But anyway. Maybe they cut off that first 30 minutes. Maybe that's what they did. And maybe that's why I did the weird little skip thing. That's probably exactly what happened. Okay, so what is happening here? Okay, we've got we're playing as a lighthouse. Okay, I've never thought about playing a game as a walking lighthouse, I have to admit. This is quirky looking. Okay, yeah, but lighthouse, you're gonna have a spotlight, that makes sense. And you've got a bird friend. Who turns into an egg. This is wild, whatever world design and art design is happening here. This is crazy. This music is very cool too. Keeper. I feel like that trailer leaves me with more questions than answers. No idea what that is. Looks cool. I'm interested. I'm interested.
Games like Psychonauts 2
Yo,
showed how
Phil frickin' Spencer. Bro, he's lost weight. Not that that's any of my business, but he's looking
ahead,
he's looking
next year marks
good.
25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since
the next
beginning.
Forza.
Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release, our Xbox Ally handheld.
Sort of.
Which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates, and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at the Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
Wait, so is this it then? Because the Direct comes after this. We got a world premiere. We haven't seen any Fable. We haven't seen any Perfect Dark. We didn't see anything new from Forza, although he said there's another one coming. We saw nothing from Blizzard.
Welcome to the guild.
Is that correct?
We have been expecting you. Please, follow me.
I'm wondering if I missed something when
As
it...
a global tech leader,
skipped.
Software,
But I don't think so.
our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your
So what is
teams of
this?
service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission in action.
Is this
Let
in
me
engine?
introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
Because if so, this looks crazy.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are
That couldn't possibly go wrong.
everyday life. Reshaping the future of technology on a global scale. I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
It's pretty wild looking, whatever it is, but little 9-inch nails going on. Oh. Is this scored by? No, they wouldn't. That's a hand that feeds that was playing in the background, right?
Fear is a powerful thing. David.
Brutal. Oh, Black Ops 7. Okay, I would not have guessed. I don't know. That's kind of cool, whatever's going on, but I traditionally do not care at all about Call of Duty. But this looks potentially interesting. Is that a Wilhelm scream I just heard? Pretty sure. Okay. And is that that? Okay, yeah, and then it looks like we're going into the Obsidian Direct next. Wild. Okay, well, I guess that's that. Goodness, okay. Well, I guess I was pretty wrong in a lot of my predictions. Like I said, we didn't see anything from the new Fable. We didn't see anything from Perfect Dark, which are weird omissions, but I guess we'll see some stuff about that later in the year. We didn't see anything from Forza, although Phil did mention them at the end. Clearly that was him being like, hey, I know we didn't have any of this stuff, but it's coming. Did he say within the next year? I think he said next year. I think Fable was originally slated to release this year, but I guess it's been pushed. Maybe we already knew that. I don't remember. And did we see anything from Blizzard in there at all? I don't think we did. I don't think we saw. They mentioned Diablo 4 like once, I think, but nothing else in there. Obviously nothing from Bethesda Game Studios. Or Bethesda, wait, I forget now which one's. Bethesda Softworks is the broader, yeah. That was kind of a weird direct. There was some cool, or not direct, but game showcase. There was some really cool stuff in there. Obsidian got top billing all the way through, really. They are really punching in above their weight, I want to say, with what they're putting out. And sort of how prominently they're being featured in all this, which is cool. I love Obsidian. They are a studio that deserves the love and attention. They put out fantastic games and have been for a very long time. But I think what captured my interest the most there was kind of the smaller games, some interesting, more indie-ish kind of stuff. But I'm gonna have to take some time to go through and digest what was shown there, and think about sort of what the notable omissions were as well. Because yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I expected to see in there that we didn't, which is almost as interesting as what we did in a sense. But was there anything that really shocked me in there? Nothing that totally took my breath away. There was some really beautiful stuff. There's some, yeah, I think it's the quirky, weird stuff that I find the most interesting. Like, whatever's coming from that Spiritfarer studio looks really cool. Okay, maybe the biggest surprise for me was the Game Freak game. I want to know more about that. I am immediately intrigued, just because of Game Freak's history and close association with the Pokemon franchise. What they showed here looks so different than anything they've done before. I need to know more about that. And coming to Xbox, weird. That game Keeper, what is that about? I don't know. Looks fascinating. There were a few really interesting and evocative looking games in there. I think that Plague Tale prequel could be really cool. Don't know what to expect out of that, but looks neat. Just trying to think back through. But you know what? It's like these game showcases, there's always so much that gets thrown at you so fast. You don't even have time in between trailers to digest or like absorb what you just saw. So definitely I like to go back, look through the list of games and sort of take a step back and think about each of them. Out of the big game showcase situation. So, like I said, in a few weeks' time, once I'm back from my travels, and once the dust has settled on the Summer Games season 2025, I will take the time to go through all of the new stuff announced, revealed, detailed, from all the different publishers, and I will compile a list of my top 10 most anticipated games that were announced during the Summer Games season here. And I bet a couple things from this showcase will make it onto that list, but we shall have to see. We shall have to see. In the meantime, I would like to hear what you think about this Xbox Game Showcase. It was not what I was expecting, but there was some cool stuff there. But I would like to know what you thought about it, what you found most interesting or exciting about it, as well as anything from some of the other showcases, the Summer Games Fest, the Sony State of Play, whatever Nintendo is going to do. I don't think they've done anything yet, but presumably they will. Let me know what games you're excited about that have been revealed that are coming up down in the comments. For now, I think we're going to call that a video. I hope you found this interesting, maybe informative if you hadn't watched through this game showcase yet. But above all, I hope you found it relaxing. And I look very forward to having you back here next time. Farewell for now, my friends. And as always, at the end of the video, this is where I give thanks to this channel's amazing supporters who have been especially supportive as of late, given that I haven't been around so much and I haven't been getting that many videos out, so I appreciate it all the more for that. There are 3 different tiers, which these folks can support at. You can see them here and all their wonderful names, but there's one tier in particular that gets a very special spoken shout out in every single one of my videos. And you are about to hear the names of those supporters right now, starting with the legendary Drummer Brit, Jake Luffney, Odin's son, and then moving over to Joe And last but never least, Ragnarson. Oh, and I dare not forget extra special thanks for our two newest members of our supporters, Ellie, the new Ellie, as I have them listed over on Patreon because we have an Ellie on the list already, and Dude over on YouTube memberships. The new Ellie and Dude, thank you so much for your kind support. A big, big, sincere thank you to each and every one of this channel's supporters.